This is the Reporter's Angle, and today we bring you a common issue that is a bit mind-boggling. The president would also have to cut a sword for virtually everything: building of schools, storm drains, hospitals, roads, and sometimes rehabilitation of projects. Guess what? This time around, the president, he presented a cow. Just watch the seas.
Prof would have wanted them handed over to the University of Ghana Agric Research Station, both for research purposes and also for crossbreeding to improve the Ghanaian breed. And so, on behalf of government, I am very happy to hand over these Brahman cows to the University of Ghana. We hope that it will help their research.
So there was the president and also the vice chancellor of University of Ghana at the presentation of 6 Namibia cattle at somewhere. But we'll give you the full story. Gifty Andrew Appiah pieced the story together, and I want us to watch it and then appreciate the story about the president presenting some cows to the University of Ghana.
They were either overexcited or a little intimidated by the crowd and needed to react. The bull and 5 heifers are of the Brahman breed from Namibia. President Mahama explains the purpose of this presentation.
Our late president, Professor Mills, paid a visit to Namibia, a state visit. And he came up with the idea, after seeing the livestock there, of purchasing one of them to come and crossbreed with our livestock here in order to improve the breed of the cattle. Government of Namibia also gave the government of Ghana some free additional livestock, and they have just been delivered, and Prof would have wanted them handed over to the University of Ghana Agric Research Station, both for research purposes and also for crossbreeding to improve the Ghanaian breed. And so, on behalf of government, I am very happy to hand over these Brahman cows to the University of Ghana. We hope that it will help their research and that it would also help to improve the local breed that we have here.
Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Ernest Aite, expressed gratitude on behalf of the university.
University of Ghana appreciates very much this gesture. We have a livestock and poultry research center at Nungwa, and we plan to add what we received today to that stock so that we can improve on our breeding exercises and improve on the research that we do on livestock and poultry.
Provost of the College of Agriculture and Consumer Sciences at the University of Ghana, Professor Kwame Ofe, was of the view the new breed of cow into the country will enhance research at the college as well as students' practical experience.
What we're going to do immediately is to confine them and then observe them under quarantine conditions, and then look at their performance for some time. After that, then we can also crossbreed with our local stock. These are supposed to be very good stock. We know the Brahmans are very good because they have very high feed conversion abilities and are able to withstand more drought conditions than our local breeds. If they perform well under our conditions, it means that we have been able to upgrade our stock that we have locally.
For now, the cows are lodging with the owners of the land, the geese, at the Asundre Park, from where they will be transported to the Livestock and Poultry Research Center at Ashali Butchery.
Right, so on Reporter's Angle, we decided to try something new and did a real analysis on the story pieced together by Gifty Andrew Appiah, who later joins me in the studio to answer a few questions as to how she put the story together. Let's take a look at this analysis pieced together by my producer, Solomon Jojo Kwabna.
Wondering why the cow presentation should be done at the Asomdwoe Park? President Mahama explains this was done in honor of the late Preston Mills.
Prof would have wanted them handed over to the University of Ghana Agric Research Station, both for research purposes and also for crossbreeding to improve the Ghanaian breed. And so, on behalf of government, I am very happy to hand over these Brahman cows to the University of Ghana. We hope that it will help their research.
Don't you think the cattle will rather be disturbing his peace? Maybe late Preston Mills will be excited in his grave because a project he embarked upon has been sealed. This perhaps explains why big dignitaries would have a smile on their faces as they witnessed the cow presentation. But another mind-boggling issue is why the presentation was not done at the university, but rather the Asomdwoe Park. This is exactly what I mean. The cattle definitely are too comfortable to move. Now they're competing with the geese. Interestingly, everything the late Professor Mills had touched had been tagged Asomdwoe. Don't be surprised when the cattle are named the Asomdwoe cattle.
Right, so Gifty is here with me in the studio, and thank you very much for your time. We know you have a very busy day, but you still made time for us. But did you gather why the president had to be the one to do this presentation?
Well, Kavidi, as you heard in the president's soundbite, he said that Professor Mills went to Namibia and saw them and thought that they could crossbreed with the local ones that we have here. And so it was he who bought it. So he thought being something that was really attached to the president's heart, maybe the former president Tata Mills' heart, probably it was prudent enough for him to do so.
And so these cows would have to be transported from the
Asomdwoe Park,
which is now a place for both cows and
that place is actually is a center, the University of Ghana's Center for Livestock and Poultry.
The Asomdwoe Park?
No, they'll be taken to the center.
Right.
The University of Ghana has a center at Ashali-Butchie. That's where they'll be taken to, and over there they'll have proper care.
But is it the same Asomdwoe Park where the late president was buried? Is it the same area?
Exactly. They were brought to the Asomdwoe Park. I don't really know where they came from, how they were transported to the Asomdwoe Park, but we found them there at the Asomdwoe Park.
But it's the same park the late president.
Yeah, but if you've been to the Asomdwoe Park, you know that the grave site is a bit farther away from where the geese are. So they were at they were with the geese.
So it was more or less a geese cow Asomdwoe Park. But tell me about the activities that went down that day, especially with the cows, because I realized that even 6 strong men couldn't help direct these animals. I'm wondering how we'll carry them to Ashali-Butchie.
Yeah, but that brings me to a very interesting point. You know, these cows are from Namibia. The local ones we have here, I followed up to the center, the Agricultural and Poultry Center.
Right.
And they explained to me that the local ones have a maximum weight of 250 kilograms. And then we have some that have been imported from Nigeria. Those ones are called the Sokoto Gudali.
Right.
Those ones have a maximum weight of 500 kilograms. But these ones from Namibia, they weigh 1,200 kilograms. So they are very huge. The ones you see here, the ones that were presented to the University of Ghana, it was only one that was a matured one. All the others are like, young females.
It still would be quite a task transporting these animals from the Asomdwoe Park to Ashali-Butchie or the research center at the University of Ghana. I'm wondering why they couldn't do this from the center, so we wouldn't have to have the task of moving these animals.
Yeah, that's
Did you
what I
get
was saying. That's what I was saying. That I don't know how they probably brought them in through shape or something and sent them there.
Right. Where was the Agric minister at this particular occasion?
The Agric minister was not there. It was a presentation between the president and the University of Ghana.
Couldn't he have done this presentation instead of the president, so the president can deal with government business? I'm always worried about that. I mean, as a writer, as a reporter, don't you get a bit worried about things of the sort?
Well, I don't stand to bring my own interpretation into this whole thing. But then it was a very brief occasion. It took like 10 minutes, if I'm not exaggerating with my going so less. But it was a very brief moment. And indeed, it was on a day where they usually have cabinet meetings, and so cabinet meetings usually takes all the day. And so he just took a bit of a day earlier in the morning to do the presentation.
How important was this occasion? Obviously, you got a lot of media attention. How important was this occasion?
Well, the president is an important person, of course. So anytime he moves, the media moves with him. And so it's really like a routine kind of thing. The media are always with him. And so, but like I was saying, and I did ask the head of the Center for the Agriculture and Livestock, and he was also saying that he said that the former President Mills had a special attachment to that center.
Right.
And so he had planned to bring these ones in. We want to have bigger, huge cows. So indeed, we're crossbreeding.
And enjoy good meat. But rumor has it that this new breed will be called the Asumdri cow. Tell me about it.
No, there wasn't any mention of such a name over there. But I spoke with the head of the center at the Agriculture and Livestock, Poultry and Livestock Center, and he was saying that, well, there's a breed actually. There's a breed between Ghana and Nigeria, which is called Shanga.
Right.
I tried to find out from him how they came about that name. He couldn't give me. But he was suggesting that, well, since the man has so much attachment to the center, and he brought them in, he's expecting that there will be
the cow after the president?
He's expecting that there will be a male somewhere, but whether there will be an S or not, he doesn't know. But really, he thought that if there was a male Brahman, this is called Brahman breed.
Right.
If there's a male's Brahman something, for him it wasn't bad.
But Asumdri isn't Asumdri isn't bad at all. Maybe we'll have Asumdri Brahman breed. I mean, Asumdri was
why Asumdri?
Asumdri was the late president. So if we have Asumdri Brahman breed,
well, actually,
especially when they live in the Asumdri Park for the meantime, it's such a good name. But thank you very much for your time.
We've not crossed them yet. We are yet to crossbreed them. That's what the man says at the center.
We will do that pretty soon. Crossbreed. Right. So thank you very much for your time, Gifty.
Okay.
And as usual, we have something for you to munch on. My favorite choir takes over to serenade you with Banche Banche. Thanks for watching. My name is Kamini Nyamani Amano.